1965, 15 years after the Korean War. Democratic People's Republic of Korea, DPRK. At the time of Supreme Leader Kim Il-sung brought in the introduction of detention camps in North Korea. Detention camps were built throughout the whole country.
But out of all camps, there's only one that stands out. It holds 15,000 prisoners and their families. Hidden deep in the depths of high mountains, housed in the midst of large valleys, lies the most brutal housing of mankind. Camp 22 was primarily used to detain political prisoners along with their families, often for perceived crimes against the regime. Also, South Korean prisoners of war, Christian returnees from Japan with the misfortunate North Korean citizens who fall into traps of spies for not respecting their political figures, ripping of political posters, or other tribal matters. Around 225 kilometers squared, surrounded by an inner 300-foot electric fence and an outer barbed wire fence, with traps and nails planted between the two fences. Also controlled by roughly 1,000 equipped guards armed with automatic rifles, hand grenades, machine guns, clubs, whips, and train dogs. For many reasons, clips of prisoners in Camp 22 were never leaked, or if they were, they probably would be more worse than this. Torn ears, smashed eyes, crooked nose, faces covered with cuts and scars. 30% of the inmates were deformed. Another set of around 2,000 prisoners had missing limbs. Even prisoners who needed crutches to walk were still forced to walk. Over 2,000 prisoners, mostly children, died of malnutrition every year after being served corn twice a day with no sort of vegetables. Any unfortunate animal to come by at that moment serves as meat, including the rats, insects, or other forms of reptiles. Despite these deaths, the inmates population remained constant, suggesting that similar number of new inmates arrived each year. Occasionally, Camp 22 prisoners are precious resources in building infrastructures. According to reports, hundreds of Camp 22 prisoners are taken away each year for several major construction projects, such as secret tunnels, military bases, or nuclear facilities in remote areas. But none of these prisoners ever return to the camp, which means they are probably there to maintain the secrecy of the project. To talk of rape, female prisoners know they can get killed easily if they resist the demands of the security officers, so they can't even think of raising a fight for themselves. We haven't spoken of the deadly torture methods: water torture, kneeling torture, hanging torture, buffroom torture, pigeon torture. Camp 22 guards are instructed to regard the prisoners as slaves and not treat them as human beings, and are also permitted to kill anytime a prisoner disobeys. Camp 22 reportedly has a sealed glass chamber where experiments are being carried out. In that box there lie the cries of thousands of families dying from being test subjects for transparent gas. Prisoners were turned into lab rats and also used to test deadly poisons. A reported experiment in which 50 healthy female prisoners were selected and given poisoned cabbage leaves. All of the women were required to eat the cabbage despite the cries of distress from those who had already eaten, and all 50 died after 20 days of vomiting blood and anal bleeding. Young doctors practiced surgeries on prisoners without amnesia. Although officially, South Korean NIS, National Intelligence Service, claimed some of these instances were being exaggerated by the sources, who also happens to be former guards of Camp 22 and wasn't given much attention to, and to affect the relationship between North and South Korea. The North Korean authorities organized a conference denouncing the allegations and claiming that the documents submitted by the defectee had been forged. Officially, Camp 22 was shut down in 2012 due to mass starvation, where 2,700 prisoners died of starvation within a short period of time, and the surviving 3,000 prisoners were relocated to Answan concentration camp between March and June 2012. The injustice and human rights violation still continues in North Korea. There you have it, a short brief about the disturbing truth of Camp 22 in North Korea, and honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg in our list of coming videos. Kindly hit the like and subscribe button without leaving out the bell icon not to miss as we delve deep into the mysteries hidden in the corners of our beautiful world. Thank you for spending your time with us, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.